finally time. Let the Eurovision
podcast
begin.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Eurovision podcast. Yesterday was the semi-final number 2, so we have a wonderful show to review about. We have 10 qualifiers to talk about, so let's start and let's talk about the opener. So the show opened with a singer and a dancer, and the dancer, he was handicapped, so it's a nice gesture from the organizers to give him a stage. He did a very good job, even though he's handicapped. Like half of his leg was missing, but he had like a fake leg, and also his hands were not normal. Let's say it like this. I know it's a bad thing to say, but it's not like we have like normal people, but he did a very good job. My whole attention went to the dancer. Don't get me wrong, the singer was also doing a good job, but my eyes went to the dancer because he did wonderful. He was really doing a good job. He was dancing very good. So congratulations, and also thank you for the organizers to give those people also a stage. So thank you. After the hosts went on stage, we know all those 4 hosts. We know them from the first semi. So Itzilia, Chantal, Jan, and Nikki tutorials. They were introducing the people. They were starting to tell the rules about who to vote for and so on. And also here I noticed, I watched it with commentary on television, but I have a feeling like the French language is slowly declining. So we hear 99% of the show is in English. I mean, not the songs, but I mean everything around it. And only when they have to address like the rules of the voting, and that you are not allowed to vote for your own country, only a very small part is in French, and I don't like this development. I also said this in my first not my first episode, but the episode about the semi-final number 1. I really wish that they show a little bit more of the French language, because this is what the ESC is about. I mean, it's such a trademark to have French in the hosting. You never see this, so why not keep the tradition? I mean, it's a tradition like 12 points. This is the main thing, and I really wish that they include some more French into it. And you can tell by the reaction of the audience when Chantal was speaking French and she was explaining the rules. The whole arena was screaming, and because she spoke French, so you can see that we people, even though most of us don't speak French and don't understand it, we want to have it, because it's a great way to show a little bit more than just the average English. So I really wish that if a French-speaking country will host next year, and I think the chances are very high this year, I hope we will see or hear a little bit more of French in the hosting. But for now, I don't really like just a small snippet is spoken in French, and I don't like it. I mean, this is such a tradition to have French in the hosting, so why letting this drop out? And French is the official language of the EBU, so I don't know why they don't put a little bit more effort into keeping the French language in the hosting. So I hope this will change in the future. So the first country to open semifinal number 2 was San Marino with Zenit, and we also saw Florida on stage. So it was for a long time, it was not sure if he can make it to Rotterdam, but here we are. So we have him on stage. The stage show is very cool. I mean, you can see like a lot of money is put into it. I still don't know where the money comes from. Luca Tommasini is the director, and he was also responsible for the whole road to Rotterdam, I think, or freaky trip to Rotterdam. She made a lot of covers, Eurovision covers, and also some very expensive music videos about it. So they put a lot of effort for San Marino, for Zenit, and also hiring Florida. I bet he's, even though his biggest times are like many years ago, but I think he's still a big name, and he's not very cheap to organize or to ask to be featured, So if someone knows the answer, where does San Marino, where does Zenit have all this money, I'm thankful to know. Also, they used a lot of pyro, and we know that pyro, if you see pyro, there's a lot of money put into it. So, and the amount of pyrotechniques, I never see so many pyro before. So they really put a lot of effort and money into it. It's a little bit, for me, now it started to become a little bit too planned, if you know what I mean. Like, they put a lot of money just to be very successful. And when I first started to hear Adrenalina, the song, and also knowing that it was with Florida, I was hyped. But now it feels like too forced on me. They put a lot of money. It's like Philip Kirkorov is behind this. You know what I want to say. So that's why I also don't like Moldova anymore, because I know that Philip Kirkorov's money is behind her, and she's using by Philip Kirkorov just so he can put his face everywhere. So he's a very strange character. I don't know. So yeah, poor Natalia. She's used for Philip Kirkorov's ego, and she has to suffer because of this. But it's Moldova. Let's talk about Zenit. But she's still a queen, she's doing a good job. She's singing good. It's not like they took a rich woman who can't sing at all and put on the stage for San Marino. But no, there's still a little bit of connection to San Marino, because, well, Zenit, she's Italian of Eritrean roots, so at least there's like this kind of connections, and also from being from Bologna, which is not far away from San Marino, is also helping me a little bit to like it, even though I don't see any connection to San Marino, especially Florida. I think he didn't even know that San Marino existed before. So yeah, it's a good way to start a show. So yeah, I don't want to talk about all the countries, because I think we talked about them many times, and I think you already know everything about them. So I will just pick some of those who are worth mentioning. So my next one is Greece, and when I heard about the concept, I was a little bit scared that it will not look so good, and well, I saw on TV it kind of looks okay. You can still feel like a green room vibe to it. It looks like it's from a studio and not on a stage, so that's what I don't like about. But I like that they used something innovative, something not average, so they took a little bit of risk, so that's what I appreciate. But on TV it kind of looks like it's from a studio, like they used their backup or something. So I had this the same like sorry, like Benjamin Ingrosso. It also looked more like a music video instead of a stage show, so that this is what I'm missing. But you can only see like the green part is only like not even half of the song, so it's okay, because in the end, well, the beginning is her on stage, the end is her on stage with her dancers, so at least you can have a little bit more of a feeling that you are in an arena and not in a TV studio. The Greek delegation, they made, I think, a fuss about the staging, and they were exaggerating a lot, because they said like it's something very spectacular, never seen, and I think this is a little bit too exaggerating. I mean, it's nice to see, because it's something different, but it's not like they hyped it really high, so I was expecting like very strange things, or like a flying Pegasus or something. But having this, okay, I mean, I can see why they wanted to make a hype around it, but it's not that special, let's be honest, right? The next country I want to talk about is Iceland, and yeah, it's a very poor story. One of the band of Dathi Freyr, the guy with curly hair, he infected himself with the coronavirus, so the whole team, the whole delegation had to stay in the hotel and watch it from the hotel. So it's very poor for them. I mean, they were big favorites last year, and they came to Rotterdam to perform on stage, and then they cannot do it, and they showed the second rehearsal, so you can see it was from the rehearsals. You see like empty arena, some workers in like those neon clothes walking around, and well, it's sad for them. I mean, at least they can like have a little bit of the ESC, not like Montaigne, who is completely not aware what is happening there. So at least they had like the rehearsals, so they can feel a little bit of the ESC. But it's a very sad story, and and I think also I heard, or I read that they will also miss the grand final on Saturday. So poor Iceland. They have good chances to win, but right now I don't see them as a winner. It will infect the qualification, not the qualification, but the winning chances. What I also want to talk about is Serbia with Hurricane, and well, they did an amazing job. I mean, the choreography was on point, the vocals on point, especially from my boo Sanja Vucic. She nailed it. They slayed on stage. They did a very good job. You can see like in the arena there were like people dancing on their seats, so you can see like the whole arena was hyped up, and I think they're very underrated. For me, they could be like a surprise televote winner. For example, in 2019, the both winners from televote and jury were, for me, both were very surprising. For example, the jury winner was North Macedonia, Tamara Todevska, and I never expected that to be the jury winner. So you can see like you don't have to trust the odds always. And also the televote winner that year was Kano, Norway. I mean, I like their song, I like them a lot, but to be the winner of the televote, I was a little bit surprised. But you can see like there's huge fans. They clearly deserve to be there instead of Tix. So right now I can understand it, but for me in 2019 it was a surprise they won. But the overall winner at the end was Duncan Lawrence, and I think this was not a surprise because Duncan Lawrence was number one in the odds since his song came out. So the winner itself was not a surprise, but the televote and the jury winner were big surprises for me, especially. It was a little bit extended now, so let's go back to Serbia. I mean, Ivana, the blonde girl, she's such a good dancer. I think she has also a dancing background. She's not a singer, but more like a dancer. My future wife, Sanja, nailed everything. The vocals were amazing. Her attitude was stunning, and for me, when I see Hurricane, I only watch at Sanja because something grabs me. So you can see that my future wife Sanja Vucic, that I fell in love with her. And Xenia, she's also doing a good job. I mean, I was a little bit afraid that her vocals might not be very high or very good. But I cannot say anything, and I like her natural beauty. So yeah, that's what I want to say about Serbia. And you can see like their not outfits, but their hair, makeup, and everything is like over the top, but I think it's okay for being on stage. It's not what you wear when you go like to buy bread or something, but if you're on the stage, I mean, it's okay. I can see it. Even though for me, not Ksenia, Ivana, the blonde girl, she's a little bit too fake for me. I kind of love when she does not have a lot of like pumped up lips and too long hair. You can see like it's only extensions what she's wearing. So maybe just step a little bit down, and then you will also get the vote from the jury. What I'm afraid of. Yeah, that's from Serbia. The other contestants I don't want to talk about because we talked about them a lot times. Switzerland was doing a good job, a little bit too much for me. Like his dancing style is, I mean, he can move, but maybe just put a little bit, like step on the brake a little bit, because it's not a song. If you don't know the song and you just see the video, you might think it's a up-tempo song. So I like the idea around it, and it's also eye pleasure, but just a little bit less choreography, please. That's what I want to wish. Then you have also, again, big chances to win the contest. Sorry. Yeah, that's about... I don't want to talk about the others because we talked so many times about them, and it's nothing special to... I don't see anything special or worth mentioning, so let's continue and talk about the interval act. It's not as good as from semi-final 1. I kind of more liked the Power of Water and at that time, and not this one. It's a typical interval act for me. So you can see a choreography with two dancers, no, one main dancer, like he's a very famous Dutch aerobic dancer, I guess, and also one guy on the BMX bicycle. So kind of strange combination, but it kind of worked. And well, it's a typical interval act. You see this at Britain's Got Talent every year, so it's nothing like... It's okay to see, but it's just a normal interval act. So let's continue and let's talk about the qualifiers, because this is like the main part of the show for me, or like the most exciting one. So the first qualifier to qualify was Albania with Angela Peristeri, and I expected it. She was not on my list. I didn't put her. Well, the odds, everyone said like she will go through, but I didn't put her because this song is a little bit too Albanian for me. I mean, I cannot explain it. It's like it's made for the Albanian market and not for Eurovision. So I see that she qualifies. I mean, Sasha Jean-Baptiste is behind her choreography, and you can see like they put a lot of effort, even though she's alone on stage. I kind of wished she has like some other people there, especially in the part where it's like dance, not a dance break, so but like a part where she's like totally on her own, and I felt a little bit off when I saw her. But I mean, the choreography was okay. The LED, you can clearly see that it's made by Sasha Jean-Baptiste, but as you can see, it's enough to qualify, so congratulations. The next one is Serbia, and I was very lucky that they went through. They really deserve to be there. Since Croatia, you cannot expect anything, so I had the feeling maybe they will not do it, but being announced as the qualifier, especially as early as the second one, it's a big relief. And really, they could surprise everyone by being the televote winner. Next one is Bulgaria. Nothing special. I mean, as expected, she's one of the favorites to win even, so okay. Then we have Moldova, and I can see why they qualified. For me, it's like, it's a little bit too much Kirkorov for me. I wish he can step a little bit off his ego and not show every time his face in the camera. But I mean, if Moldova without Kirkorov is also a little bit hard because they don't have the money. So at least he puts a lot of money into it, and then you can see like, okay, they can come up with a good thing. I know it's mostly Kirkorov's money behind, but okay, she did a good job. And also like the last note, which is they wanted to have like something special, so they made like the Guinness World Record for the longest note at Eurovision. So yeah, congratulations. Before I think it was Lindita, I guess it was her, and now she has this. Okay, I mean, congratulations. Then we have Portugal, and it's one of my biggest growers, even though it's not that amazing for me. But being from bottom 5 to qualify, for me, it's I also put them in the final because the juries, I think, liked it a lot. So no surprise for Portugal. Well, a few weeks ago it would be a huge surprise for me, but right now seeing Portugal as a qualifier is not a surprise. Then we have Iceland, also no surprise. San Marino, I guess also not a big surprise. Everyone knows that San Marino has the biggest chances to achieve a very good position, like a top 10 position. Then we have Switzerland. They let him wait real long, but in the end, well, it's expected. Maybe he's the winner of the semi-final. Then we have Greece. I was a little bit afraid, but I guess everyone knew she will qualify. And the last one, I think, is also not a surprise because like the whole arena was screaming Finland. So Finland is the 10th qualifier, and deservingly. So we have 7 countries who are out, and this is, well, for me it's not, I kind of expected the result, so I don't have many people. I will not miss so much of those who are out from this semi. I miss a lot of countries who are from the first semi who are out, especially like Australia, Romania, Croatia. But here, I think I don't miss anyone. So, for example, Latvia, I love Samantha Tina, but something is missing. I don't know why. I mean, I like the chorus part where she's like, where the electro beat is coming, but for the rest, it's a little bit too much for me. And I mean, this crown gesture, I can't see it anymore, because even when you look at her Instagram, every picture is like this. So you can imagine how much she has to do this in front of cameras, you know. Then Estonia, expected, nothing special for me. Uku Suvesti is a cool guy, but, well, nothing special. He's not special, his song is not special, so Yuri would be better in his place, but here I can't see anything. I would not vote for him. Czech Republic, well, I will miss Benny a little bit. I understand that he's out. I mean, it's nothing like, no one is like missing him like Croatia. Everyone is saying it was robbed, blah blah blah. But here, he seemed like a cool guy, and the song is also okay. But yeah, it's the competition is too strong. Poland, no, it's a cringe for me, so he can stay. Austria is very boring for me. I mean, it's the Amen. We have 2 Amens, and this is one who is even under Sokic's Amen, which is also very low. So I will not miss him. He's like a musical singer. So for me, those people are super machines. So they have always a good voice. The staging is always good. So for me, it's too perfect. I don't like this. Denmark is maybe for some a surprise, but for me, it's too much 80s. It's a lot of. I mean, Greece does a good way of showing the 80s style, but Denmark is too 80s, too much. And Georgia is like for me the last place from all the countries. Like you can see that he was also bored, and his face said like, where am I? What is happening here? What did I do here? So so nothing for me. From the 10 qualifiers, I have, just like the semi-final one, I have 9 out of 10, right? So it's a very good result for me. I mean, I should bet on it. Well, I had Czech Republic as, even though it was like one of the least favorites, I thought maybe they can come to the final, but no, Albania. So just like the odds said, Albania is qualifying. So only this country I had wrong. In semi-final one, I had Croatia as a qualifier instead of Belgium. So 9 out of 10 in each semi-finals. It's a very good result for me. Yeah, so this was the show of the semi-final 2, and let's have a small chit-chat about the grand final tomorrow. The official running order is out, so let's talk about this. So the first country to open the grand final is Cyprus. I understand it. I mean, they always want to have a very like up-tempo song as the opener, and I think Cyprus, even though it's very sad for Elena, but I think this is a very good decision to put Cyprus as the opener. So it's okay, even though I really like El Diablo. I don't like Elena that much. She seemed a little bit strange to me in interviews, but I was very surprised how good her vocals are when she's singing. When she's talking, she seemed like very shy, but on stage she's like a completely different person also. This is what most of the people will see. They don't know how she's in private. So it's sad for Cyprus to open a show, but now the chance, well, she could have been like Eleni Ferreira and come from a very low place to the top on the betting odds like in 2018, but now the chances to win are again a little bit lower, but still she will achieve the second best result after Eleni with El Diablo. I think so, yes. The unlucky position number 2 this year goes to Albania again. So just as Unida Malici in 2019, they again received the bad position number 2, and I think they should write. The delegation should contact the EBU and say like they're 2 years, not 2 years, but like 2 times in the row, like on the second position, and Albania is not really. I think for me it's a perfect number 2 because I'm not that big of a fan of Angela and Karma, but I'm sad for Albania that they have again the second position. So I'm very sad about Albania. They should maybe talk with the EBO and say, even though they're like a small country, they should not treat it like this. Here again, I don't want to talk about each country and each position, so I will just go through a little bit, and when I see something special, I will start and talk a little bit more. So next one, number 3, is Israel, Eden Allen, and it's okay. I mean, her song is not one of the favorites. She's a very good singer, but I think number 3 is also a very bad position for Israel, but it's okay. Belgium is also I'm not a big fan of them. Of the song. I'm a fan of Phonic as an act, but not of the song. So this might be the last place. So I'm very sad about Belgium. So at least you have the chance to sing in the final. So congratulations. Then we have Manija, and I think she's again on 5th position. So she's treated very badly this year. She's like one of the first artists. I think she was 3rd in the semifinal and now 5th. So she does not have any luck this year. So, but I'm not that big of her song, but I'm a huge fan of Manija as the persona. So I will continue and listen to her music. But this song, she will achieve a good result for Russia, but mostly because it's Manija, not because of the song. And then we have one big surprise, and the 6th position is going to Malta, even though Malta was for longest time the favorite to win. They received a very bad position from the organizers, so now the chances to win, the first win for Malta, even though I fully support that Malta wins the contest, because I know that the contest will be amazing, that they will show the best Eurovision ever, and I really wish to go to Malta for Eurovision because they're so passionate, those people there. So I think they have been treated very bad from the organizers, and now the chances for winning are slowly declining, and I think now it will be very hard for Malta to win, even though I fully support Malta, but and of course Destiny, but right now I don't see them winning. Maybe they will change. It will change when I see it on TV, but it's a very bad position for them. Sorry. Then we have Portugal. Number 8 is Serbia. Then we have United Kingdom and Greece. Number 11 and 12 are also big favorites. So even though they have not the luck to be in the second half, they have the luck of being one of the last countries to sing in the first half. So they were treated better than Malta did. So Switzerland is number 11 and Iceland is number 12, and Spain got the best position from the first half countries, even though I think it will be like bottom 5. Then we start with the second half, and the worst position from the second half achieved Moldova, and I think okay, I understand it. Germany afterwards, I also understand why they got a very bad position, even though they had the luck to be in the second half. This one will not be very successful. Then we have Finland, Bulgaria, Lithuania. They have a very okay 18th position, not the best one, but not the least best one. Let's say it like this. And number 19th is going to Ukraine. It's also a very good position. France is number 20. So now the chances to win for France is now higher. So because Malta received a bad position, now Barbara Pravi could really snatch the crown. Then we have Azerbaijan. And after Azerbaijan, Tix. So maybe you have heard like there's a love story between Tix and Effendi. It's not like a mutual love story. I think Tix is like crushing on Effendi, but she kind of just plays so she can. She has like the media attention, but I think she doesn't like him at all. So it's a very cool move to put them, from the organizers, to put them on next to each other, because I think they saw like there's a hashtag Effentix about them, and also about like a fake relationship with Azerbaijan and Norway. And also I forgot to tell, but Germany's Jendrik, I Don't Feel Hate, is right before Finland's Dark Side, so it's also expected that they put them like next to each other, because in his song he's saying like you can wiggle with your middle finger, blah blah blah, and in the next one, Finland, they say put your middle fingers up. So yeah, you can see like the organizers of ESC have also a little bit of humor. Then we have number 23 is in the Netherlands. So even though they will not win at all, they will be very bad, but they have a very good position. And well, then we have on 24th position, we have Måneskin, Italy. And I think now the chances to win are now even higher, because for me now they are like maybe the biggest favorite to win. I mean, the staging is very good. They have the best position in the running order, so this could mean that we will go to Italy next year. And then we have Sweden, and again it's very biased. I mean, I think the organizers are Swedish, so they put Tusse with a very good position, like second to last. It's unfair. They should not treat Sweden so good. So, but I mean, he will come after Italy, so it's at least okay, because then he will get a little bit lost because of Italy, so it's okay. And closing the show will be San Marino Zenit. So also not a big surprise, because they opened the second semi-final and now they will close the final. And yeah, everyone will wait for Florida, so they put them like the last, so they will continue and watch the show. Yeah, so that's the running order, and it's exactly 1 day before the final. And yeah, who are my winners? So I always said like my personal winner is Destiny from Malta. I think she was like my favorite for most of the time, and I'm still into it. I will watch tomorrow for Serbia, because it's the song and the staging I really like, and it's the video which I most watched from all the others. So I really like the energy, so I will vote for Serbia. And maybe just to have like my favorite on top, I will vote for Malta. And I think that's it. I think to vote for Italy, it will not be very good, because they will win the televote for sure. So it's similar like in 2015 with Il Volo. He also won the televote. So I'm fully supportive of Italy to win. So if they win, I will be very I will like it. But also, if France is winning, I'm also very supportive for it. So I don't know if I will also vote for Barbara. So yeah, I'm always for the underdog. So I think I will vote for Serbia and for Malta. Yeah, that's it. So that's it for the semifinals. So we have both semifinals behind us, and now the big thing is coming. So tomorrow is the final of the Eurovision Song Contest, the first finals since 2019. So we waited 2 years for this to happen. So it's like the longest post-Eurovision depression we had, and it was a very bad depression we had, PED, post-Eurovision depression. So I'm looking forward for the show tomorrow. I waited so long for this to happen, and tomorrow it's happening. Even though it's sad I can't be in the Netherlands, even though it's so close to me, but it's only open to Dutch residents. So yeah, it's very sad, but next year is also a year. So will we go to Malta? Will we go to Switzerland? Will we go to Italy, France? I don't know. This year is like the most open year I can imagine. So there are like 5 countries who could win. So it's so open like it's never been. For example, in 2018, I remember like Netta's Toy, since the song came out, it was number one on the betting odds, even though like Cyprus went from being very low in the odds to almost win, but still Israel won, so it's no wonder. Also, Duncan Lawrence was number one, even though he didn't win neither the televote nor the jury vote. He won the overall contest, which is the main thing. So it's very expective. Can you say it like this? So you expected it, but for this year it's open, so you can see like the odds. I don't want to talk about the odds so much because they don't reflect anything, but you can see like even though the bookies don't know who the winner is, one time Malta is number one, Switzerland is number one, Italy is number one, France is number one, so even the bookies can't decide who is the winner. So let's see, tomorrow anything can happen, and we will talk about the winner tomorrow. So stay tuned and see you soon.